55 years ago in Kingston, Jamaica, Ghana's relay team won gold at the Commonwealth Games, defeating Jamaica and Australia, clocking a time of 39.8 seconds. Ebenezer Oko Addy was the Ghanaian athlete who started the race for us in that remarkable event. Today, Mr. Oko Addy, who is 80 years old, has invited us to his humble place of abode to have an interesting conversation. My name is Joseph Adamafio, and you're welcome to Sports Check here on Ghana Web TV. We're taking a short break, and when we return, we begin the conversation. Welcome from the break. We are at the premises of Mr. Ebenezer Oko Addy. Mr. Oko Addy, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Welcome to my humble abode.
Nice. You have a
Thank
nice
you.
place. So, how did the process of scouting to become an athlete begin? Were you in high school? Those days you didn't have high school?
Yeah. I went to Fijai Secondary School in 1957. Yes, in Ifyakwanta. We were the regional, I was the regional, what happened was that we did regional track and field from the Western region.
Okay.
And we had it at the GSTS track field. I won the 100 yards, I won the 220 yards in those days. And so that qualified us to come to Accra for the national finals.
Accra,
Right.
That's where all the champions are.
Yes, yeah. We're champions from the Western region.
Yeah.
All the regions came. Kumasi, the northern region in those days, we didn't have Upper West and so on. But northern region, Ashanti, Brong, Ahafo, central region, eastern region. Okay. So we all came. We also called those interco. Those intercollegiate, right? Shortened to interco.
Okay.
And that's where, you showed your
prowess.
Right, prowess, right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So at the regional stage, then you competed in the 100 and 200.
Mm-hmm.
Then the national team came. How did scouting for the sports? How did you end that sport in the national team?
Well, we had to finish with the intercollegiate first. Mm-hmm. So all the regions came, and then we had the very finals. And I won the 100 yards, Alote won the 220 yards. And Mr. Ohenejan, the then director of sports, recognized the talent. What was happening in that transition period was that he wanted an infusion of young blood into the old blood, as it were. And we were very young. We hadn't done anything. We were hungry. Yeah. We wanted to prove that we could do something. But we had to get the opportunity. Mm-hmm. So when we were given the opportunity, we lined up. Onijan said, okay, first 4 guys will be the nucleus of the relay team.
Wow.
Whether you've been a champion before or not, just line up, we're getting the first 4. So then, some of us, the young guys, we replace the old guys,
Really?
We replace Mike Ahe, Bashiru, Okante, and the rest of them. These were legendary names. But we're hungry,
you wanted to.
We just wanted to prove that we belong.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah.
So that's what we did.
So from there onwards, then what next? African qualifiers? Or?
Yeah. So that was in the orphan. We went to Congo, Brazzaville, I think in 1965, to the first African games. In those days, they got Premier Jeux d'Africain. It was the first African games in Congo, Brazzaville. And we did fairly well. I think we got a gold medal there. So, we were starting to believe that, we belonged.
You got gold over there as well?
Yes, sir.
Wow, then you have won a lot.
Well, in those days, We were young, and it was we just wanted to, to do something for Ghana. Nkrumah had put African personality, out there. So what we wanted to do as Ghanaians was to show that given the opportunity, the black man can also excel.
Yeah, the black man is capable of achieving
Yes,
the heights
sir.
of the
So
white man.
we wore that with
Pride.
aplomb and pride, and we did what we had to do.
But prior to the 1966 Commonwealth Games, I learned you went for the...
Yeah, we went. I was in Tokyo. I had then come to Legon.
Okay.
I came to Legon in 1963, and I won a few medals. I broke a few medals there. I mean, a few events there, and I broke a few records, and I set a few records. My record in the 220 yards in 1964 still stands.
As of now.
As of now, 1964 still
Wow.
stands. That was in 21.5 seconds in those days.
Really?
As I said, I was very lanky, very tall and skinny. They used to call me.
What was your height?
My height I was slightly 6'1". That's about it. But I was very lanky. I was lankier than you were, And they used to call me Daddy Long Legs, because I was so skinny, and all people saw were those long legs,
I can imagine.
So that's what happened. So we went to Tokyo in '64, and something happened to me there that really, I think, solidified in my mind that track is an individual event. You have to have confidence in yourself in addition to training, because there's a lot of intimidation going on. I found myself in the heats with Bob Hayes.
Okay.
Bob Hayes was the fastest guy in the world in those days. So here I am from Ghana, young guy. I was 24 then, This was my very first major meet, Olympic Games. God, man.
The whole world is watching.
The whole world is watching, and I'm running beside Bob Hayes. God, I think I had already conceded in my, psychologically, I had conceded because Bob Hayes was the fastest guy. Anyway, so the gun went off and we started running. The first 60 yards, I was ahead of the pack.
Wow.
70 yards, I was still ahead. And in my mind, I'm saying, where is Bob Hayes? He's supposed to be the fastest guy. What am I doing running ahead of Bob Hayes? Okay? So I'm kind of looking for him to, come on, Of course, then right about the 80 yards, 80 meters, he comes along. I said, now that Bob Hayes has come, I can follow.
Okay.
So at the end of a race, I said to myself, boy, this guy was not trying to win the race. He was just trying to coast and qualify. I had an opportunity to win a heat in which Bob Hayes had participated, and I was waiting for him to come. No. From now on, we are going to line up mano a mano, the best man win. So that was a vital lesson that I learned in Tokyo in '64. And that helped us and propelled us to Kingston '66 because I was not waiting for anybody and I was not going to be intimidated by anybody.
Okay, but you are a history man. You have some of your records over here. If you don't mind, we can look at your records.
Lord, this scrapbook is as old as Methuselah.
How old? Which year did you start keeping?
I started this scrapbook in 1961.
Wow.
61. So as you can see, everything is going to.
I wasn't born by then.
Oh Lord, don't worry about it. You live long, you will.
Amen. So that's
This was when we were leaving for Tokyo.
okay.
And
Okay,
they
so-
call it, this was then Flagstaff House.
Oh, okay.
Now it's Jubilee House.
All right.
And we took some picture. It was a group picture. We had about 47 of us going to Tokyo.
Yeah, that was a record then.
We had footballers, we had boxers, and I think we and the athletes. You know, so it was very well organized in those days because everything was centralized. Onijan was then the director of sports,
Okay.
and the government made sure that he had the resources to run an effective organization. Right.
Then
This
breaks.
this is something.
You were a record breaker in your
Yes,
youthful
there
days.
were a lot of records that I broken. This is one of them at Legon. I think this was the 440.
And you have the Tokyo, the record.
Yeah, 47 living
Okay,
for
okay.
Tokyo.
The 47 living.
Yeah.
That's the record number.
Yes, I
This
don't
year-
think we've had any more
This
than
year
that.
we had just 14.
Well,
athletes.
we'll come to this year.
Yes, so this is the record number. 47 athletes represented Ghana at the Tokyo Olympic Games in the year 1964. Never have we been able to equal this record. The last Olympic Games that was held in Tokyo, that's this year, we only took 14 athletes. Well, what was the cause? What have we been doing wrong? And what did the boys in Osagyefo's era do differently? Well, we're taking a short commercial break. When we return, Mr. Oko Addy will lead us through it.
Hi, my name is Nanama McBrown. I'm proud to be part of Ghana Web Road Safety Campaign. Please, do the right thing. Save a life. Brim.
Welcome back from the break. It's been an interesting conversation with Mr. Oko Addy, and we are still continuing with our conversation because Mr. Oko Addy has more to tell us. Mr. Oko Addy, Kingston, Jamaica, Commonwealth Games.
Yes.
You won the gold medal. How did it all come about?
Okay. You can sum it all in one sentence or one word. Practice, practice, practice. You asked me about Ghana and what happened, and I said practice, practice. Okay.
Yeah.
You are given 20 meters now within which to change a baton.
Baton, yeah.
20 meters. They have officials at each point
Yeah.
to make sure that you do it within the 20 meters.
Well, there's something I'll ask, but you continue.
I'm making this point.
Yeah.
So, and I said practice.
Practice, yeah.
That's very key.
Yeah.
So you have a very limited space. You are running very fast, and you're supposed to be accurate
Changing the baton.
and change the baton within the 20 meters, radius, yard.
Okay.
So what do? What we did was we practiced and practiced. And what does that mean? We had me, Mens and I.
Okay.
I was number 1, he was
Yeah.
number 2, Addy was number 3, Alote was number 4. We did our individual practice, number 1 and number 2. When I finished with him, he did number 2 and number 3. Number 3, number 4. Okay. Now, we will run at full speed. You point to a spot on the track. When he gets to that spot, just take off. Run as fast as you can. Don't worry about it. We are training now. So this is where you make mistakes and you correct them. Practice. So when he gets to that point, I take off. Or when I get to that point, he takes off at full speed. So eventually, when you practice for a long time, you get into sync. So that by the time you get the baton, you will be at full speed. I see people slow down and wait for the other guy to come and give him the baton. You're wasting time. You will never get anywhere.
Oh,
That's
okay.
how, that was the secret.
Okay, okay. So you started
So
the
when
race?
we changed our batons, we were all at full speed. I started the race. I gave him a little lead. We were in the last lane, lane 8.
Yeah.
You know, and I never relinquished that. So by the time Kwesi got the baton, we're still ahead. We're still full speed ahead. You know, and we flawless change of baton,
Yeah.
and it looks beautiful, but a lot of hard work went into that, and that is what is Achilles' heel
Till
with this
Yeah,
present day.
39.8 seconds, and you're
That was
supposed
a
to.
long time ago now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was 0.01 of a second outside the then world record.
Wow.
0.01 of a second. We could have, gotten the. A few things happened, but it was a good race.
Yeah,
and
once
we
you had the
won.
gold, that was it. Did you
I wasn't satisfied. No, we could have done a little bit better. We could have done a little bit better.
really?
Yes.
Why,
There
why do you
was a
say
little
so?
room for. I wasn't very satisfied with the way we changed the baton between myself and Mr. Mens.
Okay, okay.
I was in such a high,
Spirit.
The Canadian in lane 7, just before we started the race, came to me and said, "I'm going to catch up with you by 50 yards."
Really?
So that took me back to 1964 in Tokyo
Yeah.
with Bob Hayes and my promise never to let anybody intimidate me. So I told him, "All right, catch me if you can." So when the gun went, I was with the gun.
Wow.
The commentator even remarked that Ghana had a good start. Boom! I was flying. I was flying. So when I got to the point, Kwesi was looking at his point so he could take off.
Yeah.
And I was telling him, "Charlie,
Move.
yeah,
Yeah.
look like that. I'm coming
Yeah.
at the full speed." But he did the cautious thing and waited.
Okay.
So it was not as smooth as
Yeah.
we would have loved it. Even though we have practiced, it was smooth, but that was what cost us the world record.
Oh, okay.
0.01 of a second.
Second.
That's how that it was okay. But I wasn't happy.
Well, I think we won 5 gold medals that at that tournament. The record was, I think, 9. We won 9 medals
Okay,
from that.
you keep the statistics. We were just happy to have won our event, and we went and cheered the others. So yeah.
How was the celebration in Ghana, and how did the president, in fact, honor you in that period?
Oh, 66. There was a coup.
Yeah, yeah.
So General Ankara invited us to the castle. Ghana. They
Yeah.
gave us some Coca-Cola and.
But we won't go into that because that year's apartheid.
We never got a penny, in other words. We never got a penny for doing all that. We never got a brass
joking.
farthing. Not a brass farthing.
Not any monetary reward.
No. It's what you call in Latin pro patria, for the fatherland.
My goodness.
No, but those were the times, In those days, it was strictly amateur. So people were not paid to do the Olympics. They changed the rules about, about 10 or so years ago that people can participate. Even professionals could, come in the games. In those days, in our time, it was purely amateur. So nobody got paid, nothing.
But you are satisfied with what you have now?
Oh, you can always look back and say, maybe things could have been different. But in our time, that's what it was, So nobody got paid, and it was okay.
Well, let's move on with the conversation and talk about this year's Olympic Games. We had a relay team there. They did well in the heats. They made it to the final. In fact, let me state it on record. I'm so proud when I say that we beat USA to the final.
Fabulous.
Yes.
Fabulous.
What do you make of our relay team at this year's Olympic Games?
The tendency is to blame, but if you've been there before, you have to be very circumspect, and put things in perspective. We have to congratulate the young guys for an achievement. They did very well.
Joseph Polamwa, Benjamin Azamati,
right.
Then we have Mr. Yibwa as
right.
well.
They did very well. Congratulations. There's no we can't take that away from them.
Yeah.
Okay. But having said that, I have to, from where I'm sitting, I'm a little bit disappointed because we should have gotten a medal in the relay. We had the material. Azamari had been running the fastest time in the world this year. And they had broken a record that we set, a long time ago. So the opportunity was there for them to excel and do something, but it was lost. My perspective is that it's coaching.
Okay.
And when I say coaching, I'm talking about, it comes back to practice.
Yeah. And I said,
and I told you about athletics being a very individualistic sport. But when it comes to relays, you want to act as a team.
Yeah.
And to act as a team, you have to practice as a team. We have guys, these guys are all outside of Ghana, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. We could have had them
Yibwa was in Ghana.
Okay. But most of them are outside, right?
The
important thing is to get them together as a team, a relay team, for at least a week, 2 weeks, and fine tune. That's 100 meters. Before you close your eyes, it's gone. 100 meters under 10 seconds.
Maybe the weeks weren't enough because I remember they were in camp for some time before the game started. But you said something. You said during your time when you were racing for the Commonwealth, at every point where you changed the baton, there were officials there monitoring. And in the finals, we were disqualified for lane breach, lane violation. You mentioned again that it all boils down to practice.
Yes. It goes without saying. What's the justification for lane violation in the 100-meter relay at the Olympic Games finals? I'm not buying it. There's no justification for that, and it goes squarely back to practice. There's no two ways about it. You can't run away from it. You cannot run away from it. And in this instance, the coaches should take responsibility for that. It's not the guys. Look, let's not kid ourselves. These guys did very, very well. Technically, lane violation, final games in the Olympic Games, come on. We can't do better than that. We had the tools there. So what happens? It's an opportunity that's lost for another 4 years.
Yeah, but
these guys have been working their tails off.
Yeah, most of them funded their races and for the qualifiers and all that.
It's not easy getting in. See, even before you get to the games now, in our days, you can just do the qualifying times and go. These days, you have to have other meets, small meets, before you get selected to the games itself. So it's a lot of elimination and a lot of work, and for lane violation, I'm not.
But there's
From
still
where
hope.
I'm sitting, I'm not buying it.
There's still hope. 2022, next year is Commonwealth Games, and if all things be equal and they qualify,
Sure. There's always tomorrow. We should have done.
what are the
It's very
what are
disappointing.
in your view? What are some of the things we should put in place to make sure that Commonwealth Games, just as you did in Kingston, Jamaica, in Birmingham, UK, we will be able to.
The blueprint
achieve
is there. It's already there. It's been done. It's not that we haven't done it. It's been done. You know. So go back to the tape, look at the records. You know, do your research, find out what happened, what didn't happen. The blueprint is there, and build on it. You cannot keep on doing the wrong thing and expect to, different results. Go back, you've done it. Go back, look at the record, see what was done, see if you can improve on what has been done, because there's a track record.
Yeah.
Well,
I would like to see more of your medals before we go, and I'll let you tell us about the legacy or what we want us to do as a country and all the above. We want to take a short break, and when we return, we'll look at Mr. Oko Addy's medals. Don't go away. So welcome back from the break, and we are now going to talk about Mr. Oko Addy's medal, and we are right beside the medal frame. Mr. Addy, I can see a lot of medals here. I've counted like 5 gold medals. Can you walk us through it?
yeah, this frame here was done by my wife, Oko Addy, when I finally came back from the States. First one here is the gold medal from Kingston, Jamaica.
Yeah.
Says Commonwealth Games,
Yes,
gold, 1966.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we can start from here. This 65.
This 65,
Ibadan, 100 yards.
West Africa Inter-University Games, 65. That was in Ibadan. This was a 4x110 relay, leg on. We got a bronze there.
Yeah.
This was the 220 yards that I won in Ibadan.
Then this is 4
This
by
is
100.
4x440.
Okay.
We gotta go. I was a wrecking crew, like I said. I was running everything. I was a one-man wrecking crew.
Then I see one silver here
Yeah.
as well.
The this is
The Tokyo.
a Tokyo Games. They gave us this as tokens. So you put it on your lapel, and we exchange them with other athletes.
Wow.
This one here is the Order of the Volta. We're giving that 2000 and I think 16.
Recently.
Yeah, recently.
Okay.
By the state. It was one of the highest awards that they can give to people. Yeah. So I am a member of the Order of the Volta, through track and field. So this is the medal there.
Wow,
right.
Nice one.
Thank you.
But Mr. Oko Addy, as we wrap up, what will be the legacy you would want us to have as a country when it comes to athletics?
Well, we have done it before through organization. So if we go back to the drawing board and replicate what we have already done with slight improvements, we'll still be... Look, the Jamaicans are not doing anything differently, and they don't have any more talent than we do. But they're organized. That's the key. They're organized, and they are putting their resources where it should go. Instead of, oh, we can do it. No. You have to organize. From day one, get a plan, follow the plan, and you'll succeed. Erama wrote this book called, what's the name of the book? rewards.
Okay.
Rewards come through hard work. You put in the time, you put in the effort, you do well because you put in the effort, and at the end of it, you get your reward. There's no rocket science about it. You put in that time, you get the reward. So that's what I leave to Ghanaians.
Well, Mr. Oko Addy, it's been a good time with you, and wish you the best of luck, and we wish you more years. I pray that you could live longer than...
I don't want to live too long.
Well, my name is Joseph Adamafio, and that's how we draw down the curtains for another edition of Sports Check. Do want to subscribe to our channel and visit our website at www.ghanaweb.com. Peace out.